Hello. Excuse me. Hello. I am back for another YouTube special. Not special, but YouTube. My YouTube channel. What I mean. Um, and I just kind of felt like I kind of fucked up big time that one on my talking. But anyway, back to reality. How to keep your children safe from pedophiles. I'm going to name this YouTube video. It's very important that parents need to hear this. Parents, uncles, or if you're babysitting your cousin or any kid, this is how to keep your kids safe, particularly for parents. But this is called, okay. This is the 5 ways to protect your children from a pedophile. Ernie Allen, president of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, says we know a fact that those who prey upon children are people who seek legitimate access and don't look like stereotypes. These are doctors, lawyers, pastors, school teachers, executives, and even police officers. It really crosses the social spectrum. The vast majority don't look the way children expect them to look. We've done focus groups with kids. They all get the idea they shouldn't talk to strangers, but when you ask them what a stranger is, it's invariably somebody who is a big and scary and dirty and ugly people who look like they are going to hurt you, but really the pedophile is far likely to be someone who is a friend, a coach. Unfortunately, we live in an age where exploitation of children is on the rise. Here are 5 ways to protect your child from a pedophile. Number 1, get active in your children's life. Make sure you know who your children are spending time with. The adults that they come in contact with on a regular basis, or what they are doing at a friend's house. 2, time to take part in your children's life. Pedophiles look for children who appear to be on their own, or whose parents don't pay much attention to them. Pedophiles participate in activities where children are getting involved in your children's life that can help set up a barrier between your children and a pedophile. Sexual abuse and exploitation of children can take place anywhere at any time. This isn't just a big city problem. The U.S. Department of Justice estimates that on average there's 1 child molester per square mile in the United States or Canada. That means on average there is 1 child molester 1.6 square kilometers. Be aware of the people who live in your community and watch those who seem to have an unusual interest in children. 4, make sure your children knows the proper names of their anatomical parts. Pedophiles often adopt cute names for the sexual parts of a child's body. And if your child knows the proper name, it may prevent a sexual attack. An acknowledgeable child projects power and may scare off a sexual predator. 5, listen to your intuition. Teach your children to listen to their intuition. Intuition is a natural defense system as we grow older, it becomes more refined. It is designed to protect us from harm or a dangerous situation. Make sure your children understand this. If they feel uncomfortable, get out of that situation. If they feel unsure about doing something, don't. If they don't want to go with a certain person's house, don't make them. Stop caring about politeness and think about safety first. Things to remember. If your child is sexually abused, don't blame them. Oftentimes the abuser will make a child feel as if they contributed to their abuse. A child never is at fault. Adults know better and must accept full responsibility for their action. You probably won't recognize a pedophile despite the picture people may have of a pedophile. There is not one look for a sexual predator. They come from a variety of backgrounds, professions, and ethnic background. Usually the pedophile is known by both the child and you, the parent. We always teach our children different life skills, and we make sure from day one that they are growing in a safe environment. We teach them how to walk, talk, protect themselves from injuries, but sometimes parents do not talk to their children about body safety or sex education. Educate them early enough as they think kids are still too young. A research conducted by the Center of Disease Control, the CDC, estimated that approximately 1 in every 6 boys and 1 in every 4 girls are sexually abused before the age of 10. It is never too soon to start that kind of conversation with your child. Here are 7 ways that might help protect your child from sexual abuse. Talk about body parts and make sure your child knows the proper names of his or her organs. Knowing the actual names for body parts help children talk clearly if something inappropriate ever happens. Teach them about body privacy and boundaries. Make sure that they know that nobody is allowed to see or touch their private areas, starting 2 to 3 years of age. No one is allowed to see or touch our private areas except parents. Teach them privacy rules like never leaving the bathroom door open, etc. Teach your child that privacy rules applies to everyone, even family members and friends. Children always think that if they know someone or like him, then he is a good person and may not apply. The safety laws around them, according to the U.S. Department of Justice, only 10% of abusers are strangers to the child, and 23% of the abusers are children themselves. Never force your child to hug or kiss someone against their desire. Make sure your child understands that if he or she feels uncomfortable, they have the right to say no. If they feel unsure about doing something, they have the right to refuse doing it. If they don't want to talk with a certain person, don't force them. Stop caring about what people think and consider your child's safety first. Teach them how to defend their bodies. Tell your child it isn't okay to tell an adult it is okay to tell an adult to stop if they don't feel comfortable with their touch. It is also okay to ask for help immediately. Always be a good friend, be available all the time, take part in your child's life, always have an open discussion, answer the questions they ask, or at least search together for answers. Be the one who fulfills their curiosity. Pedophiles look for children who appear to be lonely or whose parents don't pay much attention to them. Pedophiles get close to children by using a friend or someone to trust. So be always there for your children. If your child is sexually abused, take it seriously and never blame them. A pedophile will make the child feel guilty as if they contributed to the abuse. Tell your child, tell always your child if they tell you anything about somebody's safety or body secrets, they will never get in trouble. Don't blame your child, but thank them for telling you. Always help and support them. There is no guarantee that we can protect our children against pedophilia, but empower them with enough knowledge, make them feel worthy, and teach them to trust you as a friend. It might help them one day. And that's little, okay, some very strong, powerful stuff. Everything in that video is worth going back and listening to. Also, this video, it's imperative to share it with parents who has children, anybody, or if you're a parent, please watch this, and because we all have a job and a duty to protect our children, and we have a job to empower them so they could keep themselves safe, so we can keep them safe. And thank you, and God bless and protect the children from pedophiles. Keep them safe.